Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Broad Street Bouls, only on DSM Media. Season 1, episode 13. You already know where we're at. We are here a little bit early. You guys already know what's going on tonight. National Championship is tonight. So within the middle of the show, we will be going over our predictions. March Madness is coming to an end. It's going to be a fun one, Kansas versus UNC. So we will go over that game shortly. But we also have a lot more other stuff going on. You guys do know that we are a Philly central show. So we got all the Philly going around. And the Eagles made a trade, which we will go over the numbers right after this little intro, because the amount of draft picks that are being traded, I'm going to have George read it off because, my God, the amount is totally insane. But huge, very huge for the Eagles. After that, we'll switch over to basketball. That's when we'll get into Joel Embiid and his MVP odds. It's sad. Embiid will probably not be MVP, but again, we will deep dive into that as well, which will then lead into the national championship predictions. And then we'll talk about how the Phillies are absolutely mashing baseballs in spring training right now, as we are getting closer and closer to opening day on Friday. I'm excited, but that's what we got rounded up for today's show. No guest today, me and George. We just knew we had so much to talk about, and we just need to get each other's opinions and have all of you guys here as well. You know what? I just said all that without even saying. Always next to me, always to my left, we have my co-host, George Ryder. George, how you doing today, man?
I'm pretty good. Tonight on the pod, we're fighting for our right, like our ancestors wanted us to. Joel Embiid deserves the MVP. We all know it. Everyone should know it. We're fighting for it. We're letting them know. Eagles make a good trade. Howie slinging his dick around. So it was a pretty good day. Yeah.
Hey, it happens.
This weekend was nice. A lot of home runs from the reigning National League MVP Bryce Harper of the Philadelphia Phillies, of course. And then some new additions, of course. Castellanos, Schwarber. Everyone's hitting.
A lot going on. It is a really good time to be a Philadelphia sports fan, and I don't know if all of us really saw this coming. But to start off, we will go off with the Eagles trade with the New Orleans Saints. George, just read off this trade for us.
A lot of numbers.
A lot of numbers. So just read off this trade for us real quick.
It feels like, just first glance, it feels like a fleece. So we're getting pick number 18, 101, and 237 this year. The Saints are getting our picks number 16, 19, and 194 this year. So we're swapping those picks this year. And then we get a first-round pick next year, and we get a second-round pick in 2024.
Yeah,
on top of that. So we move out of 16 and 19. We get 18, and then we trade a bunch of late picks, and we add a first and a second in years coming. So, I mean, hey, we added a first-round pick next year in a draft that is definitely more quarterback favored, more quarterback heavy, which obviously I don't want to point to that at first, but it's true. It's just the facts. We don't know what the future holds for Hurts, but he's safe this year. Now we have 2 first-round picks next year. So that's very big. I don't think the Saints – I love Jameis Winston, man. I don't think the Saints are going to be that great. So that's good for us. No Peyton. Jameis is back. Hopefully that pick is better than 16, which is the goal. And
it probably will.
It can definitely be better than 16. So I read it at first, and I looked at it, and I was like, oh, we're getting a first-round pick next year for giving the 19th. I'll take that.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what. I'm happy about it.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. I felt very old-fashioned finding out about this trade. The way I found out about this trade, after work, and I'm driving in the car, and I hear it on the radio first. Didn't get a notification, nothing. I'm listening to the radio, and I hear, Eagles made a trade, and I'm like, what? Like, how did I not hear about this yet? Like, what? I live 2 minutes away from my job. And I'm like, what is going on? Like, there's no way like this just happened. Nope, it just happened. So I felt very old-fashioned. And how we're kind of going to do it, I would like breaking down the trade and how it can really work for both teams and how it can really win, or how we see the trade really working out for each team. Looking at it from the Eagles side, which is what we really care about. You said you didn't want to at first think of a quarterback as of next year. I say, why not?
Yeah,
I want to get your thoughts right away on this, because the potential of it happening and just the little ideas that fans are getting. Eagles now have 2 first-round picks this year, which is great. Get the team better. They now have 2 next year.
Mhm.
And if all they need, if a lot of other players work out and Jalen Hurts is not the absolute star that he's supposed to be this year, because that's what he has to be to not be replaced. Why can't we get a quarterback? They have 2 first-round picks
Yeah.
to possibly trade up
Yep.
and get a better pick and get that quarterback.
Mhm.
George, first question to you on this. Is this a real possibility? Do you think this is what Howie Roseman is actually going for? Or are we kind of overthinking it a little bit?
I think it makes sense because you have 3 picks this year in the first round. You're getting rid of 2 of them and getting 1 back. So you're getting rid of a first round pick. Now you have 2 this year, and you're taking the Saints for next season. He doesn't want to load up this year. Now you have 2 for next year. The quarterback class is just better. I keep looking at Bryce Young, but that's not gonna happen, right? It's not gonna happen. Now you have 2 first round picks, and like you said, that's a potential take 2 picks and trade up to maybe get in the top 10, because
Yeah.
we can hope the Eagles will not be in the top 10 next year, maybe. Let's hope. I don't know. We'll see.
Shouldn't be.
Yeah, but the Saints pick is probably gonna be good, I assume. I don't think they're gonna be a world beater. I think that could easily be a top 15 pick. It just makes sense. It makes sense. The quarterback class next year is much more boom than bust compared to this year.
Yes.
Like, a lot better, I believe. But who are you going to get this year? I know you love your boy Malik.
I do.
Doesn't seem like that's going to happen. Doesn't seem like they're going to go quarterback. Kind of saying, hey Jalen, like this is your year to prove it. And if you don't, we have options next year. Because there's a lot of quarterbacks and a lot of teams that aren't going to need a quarterback next year. So it makes sense. It makes sense. And this pick this trade just kind of screams it. You're getting rid of 3 first round. You have 3 first round picks this year. You're changing that to 2, so you can take 1 in next year. It makes sense.
Yeah. No, I mean, there's a lot that we could be thinking of what could be happening with this trade. And just like you said, I kind of see it as they are, I don't want to say putting faith in Jalen, but letting him go out this year. This showed they aren't going for a quarterback in this year's draft. Something that maybe the Saints are doing. Maybe that's why they are trading up. But again, trading first round picks, not moving up, shows they're not really gunning for a quarterback. If the opportunity presents itself this year, say Malik Willis, probably not, but say Malik Willis is somehow there.
At
I don't
18,
think. I doubt it.
You got to take him.
Well, we still have 15.
Yes, we do still have 15.
So if he's at 15, I'd be shocked if Howie Roseman doesn't at least think about grabbing Malik Willis. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Again, probably not going to happen. But at least they can now say to Jalen, hey, we're doing this. You have a year. Like, you have your opportunity. Go out and do it. Because if you're an Eagles fan, you want to see Jalen Hurts succeed. Whether you think he's it or whether you think he's not it. I might not have the best I might not have the highest hopes for Jalen Hurts, but I want him to succeed as much as the next guy wants him to succeed, because I don't want to go over trying to find a new quarterback again. Like, that's a whole new process. And I do like Jalen. We all want him to succeed, and he's going to be given an opportunity all year to do that. So again, I hope he does that. Eagles are giving him a chance. Go out there, ball out. You got 2 first-round picks this year still. That's the crazy part.
Yep.
We gave up 2, and we still have 2 this year and 2 next year.
Yep.
This team looks pretty good right now, and they're looking to get a lot better in the future. So I'm very excited to see what's going to happen. We even load up, like, again, just like you said, We got a second round pick out of next year. I know we got a third round pick this year out of it.
Yep.
We got a lot out of it this year. So I'm very excited. I'm ready to see what Jalen can do because it's his time to shine. It really is. This is his last opportunity with the Eagles, and he'll have a full year to do it. So we'll see. I love the trade. Really on both sides, because I really we went over the Eagles a little bit. What I think the Saints are really trying to do now, the Saints have 2 first-round picks this year, and it seems like they might be using those 2 mid-round picks to possibly get into the top 10 on draft day and possibly go and get their QB, possibly go get themselves a Kenny Pickett, a Malik Willis, whoever they want to go take their shot on. And that's what the Saints are going to need. I'm sorry, Jameis Winston. Yeah, I mean, I love him. Cool dude and everything. The guy's probably not it.
He's the funniest quarterback I've ever seen play. I love it. I love watching him.
He's fun to watch, but he's not it. If they can go out there and the trade, like if you're a Saints fan and you're like, what are we doing? We give up next year's draft pick. Like now we have 2 mid-round picks. Like what's going on? This might be a trade you look back and be like, this could be a franchise-changing trade for them, for both teams, really. It could
I like the
not pan out, but I truly believe that it works for both teams, just in different ways.
It does. I like the way the Eagles are building. I really do. 3 first-round picks this year is really, really cool. But if you could make it 2 for this year and 2 for next year, it makes more sense. Especially, you don't have to go get that quarterback next year, but the biggest thing is now it's a much bigger possibility.
Yeah.
You have 2 first-round picks. You're obviously able to trade up with them, and there are going to be teams in the top 10 next year that aren't going to need a quarterback. There just are going to.
It always happens.
Always happens. Always will. It's a good opportunity. It's a great, great, great trade for this front office, a great trade for Howie, because it just makes sense. And now you can build this year and you can build next year. You don't have 1 pick next year to build off of. And it's not even draft day. It's not even draft day yet. And I like it. Big fan of it. Big fan of Howie. I like the way this thing is shaping up.
Yeah, I love it. I'm really excited for this year. And what's weird is that it happened so early. We were 3.5 weeks before the draft. Usually these kind of trades happen on draft day. Yeah. But again, if you're a Saints fan, they're really seeing it because they most likely want to trade these 2 picks to get higher in the end. And the Eagles are like, okay, well, if you're willing to I don't want to say overpay because it could work out for them, but they gave up a lot. If they're willing to do that, they're just going to eat that up. They're going to love it. And Howie Roseman did it. You saw the thumbnail. Is Howie actually have we been wrong about Howie? And that's kind of what I'll get into next. Howie Roseman, Super Bowl year, thought he was a genius. Year after that, I was like, Howie Roseman is the best GM in the league. After 28 year, I might have been the biggest Howie Roseman hater that you could imagine. If I had any chance to talk bad on Howie Roseman, I took the opportunity. And I'm not going to right his wrongs yet. Sure, this offseason went pretty well. He made the playoffs with the team he had, yada that. Maybe some signings worked out pretty decent, and now he's doing pretty good with getting draft picks. Sure. Not going to let him off. I'm not going to let him loose. But it's starting. Yeah. It's starting to a little bit.
Yeah.
He's been playing a little bit smart. The big reason why I haven't been the biggest Howie Roseman fan, and that I don't want Philadelphia Eagles fans to forget, this guy's draft history is terrible. And as much as he wants to right the wrongs and get more draft picks or sign a little bit bigger free agents and act like the salary cap's not a thing and re-sign players like every single other GM does, the draft history is still bad. Very bad. And I don't want to hear Devontae Smith because, come on, that's a gimme.
No-brainer.
But just last year's draft did work out pretty decently. So, again, he's starting. He's maybe I don't even want to say we've been wrong because he has been that bad these past couple of years. But Howie Roseman might be turning it up again. I don't know. Maybe he just had a little bit of a slump. I guess that happens. But George, this is where I turn it over to you. Is Howie Roseman a good GM right now? Like, do you have faith in Howie Roseman? Because I have faith in Dombrowski over for the Phillies, and that's
Yes,
the
of
only
course.
one I've had. Howie Roseman, is this a GM in Philly that you can trust?
Yes.
Really? Okay, cool.
Yes, I
I
think
love
it
it.
is. I think it is, and I think the extension kind of speaks a little bit of volume. I know a lot of people were it was, like, back and forth on Twitter at least, like, do you like it? Do you love it? Do you hate it?
Yeah.
Everyone mixed opinions, but I was fine with it. I was completely fine with it. The draft history is horrible, as you said.
Horrible.
Yes, he's hit on a good amount of guys, a good amount of really good guys. Devonta Smith, like you said, was a gimme. Justin Jefferson was also a gimme, but we bring that up way too often. We won't talk about that. I think the way that the Eagles are rebuilding in a way right now is really good, and I think Howie does deserve credit for that. I think this trade is just a no-brainer. It just seems like a no-brainer for the Eagles, and I respect them for getting this thing done because first glance, it looks like we fleeced the Saints, and it's like, wow, this is just awesome. And I think it really shows what there is to come. I think he really does want to rebuild his team, and this is a rebuilding team that made the playoffs last year. It's a rebuilding team that won 9 games last year, right? This
Mm-hmm.
is so obviously there's work to be done. I think he's doing the necessary things that they are right now to get them done. I think next season is probably the biggest year because the Jalen Hurts question will be answered. Now we got to start getting some actual guys in here to pair with these already guys that are skill position guys that are gonna give you everything like Goddard and Smith, and we're gonna have to figure out the running back situation. So I think next after this season, next off season is gonna be like the big year. That's the
Yeah.
one that he's gonna have to hit on.
Yeah. But I feel like we've been saying that
Yeah,
for
yeah. I just think there's a
years.
lot of upcoming like, you gotta figure out what you wanna do with Sanders,
Yeah.
which you shouldn't pay him a lot of money.
No.
You should not give him the bag. There's no reason to do that. There's just a lot of things that are gonna have to be answered, so I think next year is kind of a very big year, which you're right, we have that has been said before. That has been said before. You are right.
Hey, again, just like I've said with Jalen Hurts, I want to see the guy succeed.
Oh,
I'm a
yeah.
Philadelphia Eagles fan before anything. But my God, we was saying that for a couple years. Hopefully he turns it around. It's a huge topic in Philly sports right now. So again, we will see. Moving over.
Yes. Oh, that was a lot of birds talk. That
A
was
lot of
nice.
birds talk. Didn't
Yeah.
expect to take that much time out of it,
It's
but
been a
it's all
while.
right. It has been a while. And we have so much more planned. Friday, by the way, is going to be Diamond Talk. I'm going to opening day, so there should be no reason I'm not back in time for it, but you never know how traffic is,
Yeah.
and should be back no matter what. But Diamond Talk Friday night at 9:00, we'll be going over baseball, but
Mhm.
we'll have when we go over Broad Street Bulls again every Monday and Friday at 9:00. We will have so much more Eagles talk. Drafts in 3 weeks. We'll have so much more.
I didn't
But
even
moving over.
I didn't
What
even
was that?
think I didn't even think about Friday, like, that's gonna be, like, a Phillies, like, that's all Phils.
That is Diamond Talk
That's all
Friday night,
Phils.
season 2, episode 2 of Diamond Talk, Friday, 9 p.m. You don't want to miss it.
So, I actually have a predicament that I could use your opinion on.
Let me hear it.
Friday, I will most likely be working until, like, 4:30, probably get home around then, right? So,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna miss the first half of the game, right?
Oh, it's heartbreaking.
Do I get home and watch from the beginning, or do I hop in and then watch the back half?
Okay, so me, I cannot watch a lot of sporting events like I
After?
yeah, I can't do it.
After? Okay.
It's hard for me.
Yeah.
I would jump in and watch it. And I don't
Mhm.
know because it's opening day, so I
I
might start it
know,
over.
I
For
know, dude.
opening day, it's
I
different.
always go to opening day. I just couldn't
All
get
right,
off.
call out. It's fine. You can call.
Yeah, okay, good move. Tell my
No,
boss.
I would probably, I'd probably restart it, but that means you have to stay off Twitter and not get updates. stay off
That's
all social
impossible, dude.
media.
I'm gonna get updates. That's the thing. I'm gonna get updates, so I'm gonna know what happens. But like, I'm still gonna
That's
be
not
like,
the
yeah.
point.
There's stuff to watch. There's stuff
Yeah,
to look at. You
yeah.
gotta observe.
I love it. I love it. Yeah.
Yeah,
As long as you're watching it, however the hell you're watching all of it, do it because
yeah.
my
I gotta
God,
watch it
it's
all.
gonna be
I gotta
exciting.
watch it all.
Yeah, yeah.
Gotta watch it all.
So yeah, I don't know. That is a predicament that you're gonna be
Yeah,
thinking all week about, and you're not even gonna know until about 4:30 on Friday what you're gonna do.
you're right.
As
You're
long as the Phillies are on, though, I think you're gonna be fine.
Dude, I'm like, I can't wait. I can't wait.
But moving over to George's jersey right now, talking about the Philadelphia 76ers. Specifically, you even have the jersey on that makes it 10 times better.
Have to.
Specifically, Joel Embiid. The should be MVP of the National Basketball Association. George, give me your thoughts. Odds. He's not the favorite. He's not the favorite for MVP.
No.
He's
Far.
probably not getting it. The most unbiased you can be possible. Is Joel Embiid the MVP of the NBA right now?
Yes. And if you watched last night's game, it just everything that needs to be said. 44 points, 3 of 6 from 3-point range, 17 boards, 3 assists, 5 blocks, and a steal. On his back, carrying the team. He has that type of game, right? And his odds, according to FanDuel, dropped in the MVP race. Jokic
Crazy.
went up. Jokic is minus 310 right now to take home MVP. Embiid can get a plus 250 right now. That is insane to me that these guys aren't at least even odds. Embiid, I don't know what he has to do to prove that he's MVP. And it really, really it makes me very mad. You got a 6-seeded Nuggets team, and a top 3 in the East, Philadelphia 76ers team that half of the season, Joel had to drag on his back, literally drag the entire time. It makes no sense to me. I just think that Joel Embiid, this is gonna sound biased, but I'm gonna try to make it not to. He deserves recognition for what he's done. Like, it just kind of simple as that. He deserves recognition for what he's done. And this season, it's just been grit and grind and 40-point games every other and 30-point games every night. It's everything about watching him this season has been insanely special. And he's willed the Sixers team to where they are right now without Harden and kind of with Harden too, which also speaks volume. It sucks that he's not going to take it home because if there's one man in the NBA this year that deserves it, it's Embiid, and I would actually say Giannis would be the second best. Jokic being the runaway favorite for MVP just blows my fucking mind. Like, I don't understand it. I really don't. I hate every second of it. But just plain and simple, Joel deserves recognition for what he's done. He's been one of the most dominant players in the league for multiple years now, and this season was just extra dominant. Like, every game we watched, it's crazy. Nobody can stop him. His mid-range is locked down. He's in the paint. He's locked down. He can shoot the 3. This man's over 7 foot, just whacking threes. He was 3 for 6 last night from 3. I hate it. I'm very upset about it. The NBA has some explaining to do because, dude, I don't understand how he's such a low guy. And like the NBA ladder poll, it was like Jokic had like 62 first place votes. I don't get it. And we got to fight for our right. Like our ancestors said, dude, we have to fight for our right. What do we want? We want this. We want this MVP for Embiid. We need it. We need it. It's messed up. It's messed up, but
we do. And Embiid wants it too.
yes.
I'm sure that you have seen the press conference.
Yeah, everything he said too.
Embiid.
He's like, I don't know if they have a bias against Philly or it's like if they judge us harder. I don't get it. Like I agree with him. I don't understand it.
Yeah. Very, very. I love the ego out of Embiid too because he knows that he should be the MVP.
Yes.
And kind of going off what you said also in the middle, you said if anyone should even be close to Embiid, it really should be Giannis. And honestly, if Giannis won the MVP over Embiid and Embiid was second, I honestly would not be that upset. I wouldn't be shocked either. Like I think Giannis deserves the MVP probably as much as Embiid does. But Jokic getting it. And I don't want to take anything away from Jokic. It's nothing
He's
he did
really good.
personally. I
He's
don't want to
really good.
attack him. And he is the second best center in the league. I'll give him that. That's fine. This guy had to go a full season without Jamal Murray, a full season without Michael Porter Jr. That's extremely difficult. And that's something that Joel Embiid had to do. He did not have Ben Simmons, his second star. And not a lot of other players were playing that well. He didn't have Harden for more than the first half of the season.
Mm-hmm.
And look where they're ending up. So they had very similar paths. And Embiid's just been the better player, the more dominant player. When they face off, Embiid plays way better than Jokic does, plain and simple. So, again, it's not something that I'm not very into the MVP as maybe I should be. Like, if Embiid doesn't win it, I'm not gonna post Twitter and be like, "Oh, this is the worst thing ever." Yada this, yada that. With baseball, like with Harper last year, I probably was, but with the NBA and the NFL, I'm really not big into that. I'm like, I don't care, Embiid. I want you to focus on the team and make sure we go to a deep playoff run. That's what I want. And I'm not saying he's not focusing on that because obviously he is. We would be balling out this well. But that's all I really care about at this point. I'm not the one going for the award. Joel Embiid is. If I was in his spot, I'd probably want the MVP too. But Embiid deserves this. Again, I still think more than anyone. I don't like that Jokic is the favorite right now. I really think he should be third, and I don't really think it should be that much of a question. So it's very frustrating. I'm hoping that it's not the bias, and I just can't control it. But I really don't think that's what it is. We'll see what happens. I don't think anything can really change if Embiid goes out and balls out for the last 4 or 5 games. They're against the Cavs and the Hornets, teams that don't really matter to beat.
Yeah, if he's going to drop 44-17 with 50% three-point shooting and 5 steals or 5 blocks and a steal, and his odds go down, it's over.
Yeah,
it's over.
Seems like it.
Not going to win the MVP. So
seems like it. It's all jumbled. It is all jumbled. So we'll see how the rest of the year turns out. Sixers, kind of just real quick, we'll go over Sixers more next week too when the season's actually over because that's when it really matters. Sixers did beat the Cavs last night, 112-108. Of course, Joel Embiid dropping 44 points, having an amazing night, just like we've already gone over that a couple times. And then they have Pacers, Raptors, Pacers again, and then Pistons. They got 4 games left in the rest of the regular season. What did you say? One big game against the Raptors, but if you really even want to call it a big game, nothing's really going to change for Embiid. It sucks. It's what's going to happen. You never know what could happen. Who knows? Yeah. He still could have come out with it. It's just looking like it might not, George.
Yeah, it's tough. Tough to see. We deserve that. We got it with Harper, and we really did deserve that with Harper. Like we really did, and we deserve it for MVP or for MVP. That's it. MVP.
I struggled with that all year. Yeah. Like I remember trying to make like titles of the Broad Street Bulls, and I'm like, I don't even know if I'm doing this right. I really did. So yeah, sticking with basketball, huge game tonight. And I'm sure everyone watching is a huge college basketball guy because college basketball, there's no better sports month than March. Plain and simple. March Madness has been insane. All the upsets. My bracket, I had Kentucky going all the way, and look how that turned out in the first round. Oh yeah, I had them against Nova. Didn't work out very well for me. I blew my nose into my bracket day one right away. I was like, "Yup, that was a waste of time." So then that a little bit heartbreaking for that, but that's not what we are here to talk about. We're not here to make fun of my bracket. We're here to talk about the game tonight at 9:20. Kansas versus UNC. Huge game. Duke and UNC had their rivalry game. Coach K lost last game. Great career to Coach K. Whatever. Villanova lose to Kansas. Easily handed. It wasn't close from the start. These two teams dominated throughout the entire bracket. They were unstoppable. The thing is, we expected this out of Kansas. There was a lot of doubters on UNC. And let me tell you, I wasn't very high on them. And I feel stupid. Mark Henry Jr. is the first one to tell me, this guy out here, I'm telling you, man, UNC. And this is a guy that I have tailed multiple times and have won some money because of Mark Henry Jr. And I'm like, dude, calm down. Like, nothing crazy is happening with UNC. And the first round, I had him winning. Second round, he's like, dude, watch. Boom, a win. Third round, boom. Dude, I'm telling you, man, UNC. Now in the finals. George, straight up prediction. Who's winning tonight?
Kansas is winning. Will they cover? I don't know.
That was the next question.
I'm still very up in the air on that. I still have not decided if they're going to cover, but I think the biggest thing is Baycott's ankle. If Baycott is not 100%, which I don't think he's going to be, I mean, it just seems like after you do something like that to your ankle, it's going to be swollen. And I feel like after, calming down from the game, the adrenaline wears off and that ankle actually does hurt. And having a swollen ankle is pretty tough to play on and definitely could cause re-injury. So Baycott's ankle is like the biggest question in this game because you haven't heard any status on like how it is. I have Kansas. I think Kansas is just a better team, but I think UNC is the hottest team in college basketball.
Exactly.
That's why this is such an intriguing matchup. Like the biggest things though, like all but 2 title-winning teams have a top 20 KenPom defense. Kansas is 17th ranked. UNC is 39th. First-year head coach has never won the national title, ever. There's a point for Kansas, too. UNC would have the lowest KenPom rating of any title team ever. Everything just kind of screams Kansas to me. But I'm still like, I don't know, because it's March.
It's hard.
It's March, and UNC is very, very hot. If Baycott's ankle holds up and he's okay, this game's going to be down to the wire. I think if Baycott's ankle's fucked up, Kansas probably wins by like 7, 8. So we'll see. It's going to be a really good game. I'm super excited.
Yeah. DSM media member Cole Thompson.
Yeah.
Huge UNC guy.
Shout out.
Huge. Scotty Drowned was a big Duke guy.
Yeah.
I hope he's doing okay. I hope he is. Because he loves his Duke. He loves it. And him and Cole, I know, had a show before the game the other night. And hey, man, no matter who won that game, whether it was going to be UNC or Duke, Kansas is just the better basketball team.
Yeah.
And hey,
yep,
I have doubted UNC the whole time. I truly have. And I had them losing to Duke. I've had them losing almost every game in March. And I'm going to continue that trend because I got to be right one time on UNC. Kansas is coming out with the win tonight. Their team, just like you said, they are just the better basketball team. They're better on both sides of the ball. They have the better coach. This team is just better.
Yes.
And I don't want to say it's handily. UNC's hot. Hot. But Kansas is coming out with the win. I truly believe that. We'll see. Anything can happen. I was going to say it's March, but it's still March Madness.
It is March. It still is March.
It's still March.
This is March until that final buzzer.
Yes.
No. Until one shining moment, please. And then it's over. Once that's
my laptop in the bottom right that says April 4th is not correct. It is March 34th.
It's March. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter the number. It's March. No, that's all that matters.
It is March. I cannot wait for the game tonight. Drop your comments down below on your guys' predictions. Who you guys got? Kansas or UNC? There is really no matter what you say, you cannot really be heavily criticized because my God, I don't think anyone would have had these two. They might have had these two in the end, but everyone's been wrong so much that I can't criticize anyone. Me and George both have Kansas tonight.
Yep.
We'll see how it goes. We'll I don't know. We probably won't really be able to go over it, but we have a lot of basketball guys. I'm sure that Scotty from Scotty Talks NBA will be going all over it. So make sure you're tuned into DSM Media. All of our shows trending in the AM will definitely be going over it. That'll probably be one of the headliners for tomorrow morning. So make sure you tune in to DSM to get a lot of the guys' thoughts. I'm sure a lot of guests will be piling on this week to get everyone's thoughts on just March Madness in total, because it has been a extremely fun March. You look at some of the moments like St. Peter's, like, come on, Peacock Nation just went so far. I mean, I'm from the Pennsylvania area, but University of Delaware was in March Madness this year, and that was just like mind-boggling to me.
They played Nova.
Yeah, they played Nova. Nova went to the Final Four. That's huge.
Yep.
A very, very fun March, and this is what's going to end it all tonight, and it's going to be an absolute banger. So make sure you guys, again, at 9:20, we did the show at 7 because of it, because we know no one wants to miss that game, and we don't want to miss that game.
No. It was out of respect to the kids, because obviously we would have took all the viewers.
Oh, well, 100%. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure everyone saw that Twitter post too. Yeah.
Yeah, respect the kids.
Could you imagine if we took all the viewers from the kids? I feel
it would have been messed up. It would have been messed up.
Come on. Let the kids play.
Let the kids play.
As we say, let the kids play. What sport has been saying that a lot the past few years? Baseball's at least been saying it.
Baseball. You remember that commercial? That was a good commercial.
It was.
You remember that commercial? They're all lined up in the press conference. Yeah.
I do. Baseball, man.
Yeah.
Friday is opening day for the Phillies. Opening day for the MLB is on Thursday. Like, we will see regular season action Thursday. Less than 72 hours from now, we will have regular season baseball. Friday, we got Phillies. Still a few question marks for this team, though. We don't know what's happening. We've talked about this many times the past 2 weeks, have had guests on putting their input on it. We still don't know exactly what's happening at the third base spot. Mickey Moniak and Matt Vierling are still fighting for their center field spot. But man, has Mickey Moniak really fought for this center field job. He was told that he got an opening day spot. Joe Girardi told him before a game. What does he go out and do, George? Does he take it easy? He's like, oh, I finally got it. No. Mickey Moniak goes out there and hits 2 bombs.
Yes, he does.
Out of excitement. I want to see that opening day. You know what I saw today out of Mickey Moniak? This guy had a 7-pitch at bat. 7 breaking balls straight. Took it to a full count and just got a single out to left field on a 7-pitch at bat. Oh, I thought he was a heavy hitter. I thought he would just, slower swing. No. This guy took 7 breaking balls.
Patience.
Got to a full count.
Patience.
Showed some patience.
Yes.
This might work out. And I don't want to overhype spring training.
No.
But our young guys are doing even more than they are supposed to be doing right now.
Oh my God. You wanna hear something pretty funny?
What?
I just got a text message in my fantasy baseball group chat, and all it is rookie of the year odds for Mickey Moniak. So plus 5,500 Mickey Moniak rookie of the year. Let's
put it in.
Hit it.
Lock it in now,
dude,
before them odds get lower. Book it.
32 at bats. He's hitting a cool 344 with a 1250 OPS. Easy 5 bombs, stolen base, 9 ribbies. Is he your starting center fielder?
Yes, in a heartbeat.
Yeah, he's your starting center fielder.
Is that guy. And I've said the argument before. He's the long-term option in the future for this Phillies team. Vierling can be helpful and a good depth guy that can still help this team win. But Mickey Moniak, from the start, since 2016, was supposed to be the center fielder of the future, and now the future is now.
This is cool.
We've been waiting.
This
We've
is
been
cool.
waiting for 6 years for this guy to be the future. No, this guy is now the present. We now have him in center. We're so worried or such a big topic. And this is our 9-hitter guy. And we're talking
Yeah,
about him like he's the next coming of Bryce Harper.
literally the 9 hole. Like, he'll literally probably be in the 9 hole.
Yes. This does not matter as much. But that's how good this team is. That is how good this team is that our biggest news is who's going to be our 9-hitter this year, George.
Yep.
And it's going to be Mickey Moniak, and this guy's going to be a difference maker. He
Yep.
really is. He's going to be the future. The future is now. Now is the present. And Mickey Moniak is going to leave us a lot of presents this year and going to give a lot of presents to a lot of little kids with baseballs that they can all take home when Mickey Moniak hits a 430-foot bomb 30 times this year. All right.
30. Yo,
30.
I'll
You
take
see where
that.
I'm going.
No,
Dude,
say it loud and proud. I'll take
dude, Moniak, I'm loving it. Stott, I'm loving it. We have vets that are very good on this team, and we have young guys that are going to be good on this team. What else can you ask for? I am confident with 9 out of the 9 guys in the lineup. Last year, I wasn't even going to say half of that. I didn't even say 4 people last year. I felt confident in Harper, period. That's it. I didn't feel confident in JT last year. Reese Hoskins was getting hurt or he was cold.
Yep.
Come on, Didi was worse than Jeff Francoeur.
Yeah, it's a good comparison. Yep. Yeah, I agree. From 1 through 9, obviously it's not a flawless lineup like you look at the Dodgers. But dude, you start off probably have Schwarber, Segura, Harper, Castellanos, Remuto, Hoskins, Gregorius, Stott, Moniak. Like, oh my gosh, it's going to be a nightmare for other pitchers. They're going to, once they get through this lineup the third time, they're all going to be out. Like, it's over. It's wrap it up. You're not going to face Harper, Castellanos, Schwarber, Segura on and on and on 3 times. You're going to get shelled eventually. This is cool. Mickey Moniak, man. He's 23. Like, people forget that. And that's the thing. People just, like, he's very, very young. And baseball is a very weird sport, isn't it? It's a very weird sport where sometimes it takes you a few years to get to the spot you want to be. And it finally feels like he's here. And it feels like he's confident and he's making contact with the ball. And it's not just soft contact. He's hitting the ball hard and he's hitting the ball out of the park. Like, he's smooth, he's patient, like you said. His swing looks beautiful. I'm very, very happy. He's not just swinging just to swing. He's up there, he's waiting for his pitch, he's taking balls. The center field position is a huge question mark. And we brought back Odubel, and it felt like, oh my God, Odubel is really going to be our starting center fielder, isn't he? It's going to be him. It's going to be Vierling, and this is going to be freaking hell in center field. Here goes Moniak to save the day. 23 years old, dude. He has time, and maybe this is the year that he finally puts it together, and we have a guy in the 9 hole in center field that we are confident in, and we don't really have to stress about. He's not going to have a lot of crazy pressure on him. He's in the 9 hole. He's filling a position that was the biggest question mark to start the year. I'm very, very happy. I couldn't be more thrilled that he's taking this job. He's taking it. That's exactly what he's doing. He's taking it because Odubel getting hurt pretty much means, okay, Vierling, it's your job to pretty much lose. And Moniak's like, whoa, I'm still around. I'm still first pick. I feel amazing. I really do.
I love it. And it sucks because Vierling has had a good spring.
I like him a lot.
Yeah, I still do like Vierling. Yeah, he is. Just Mickey Moniak is supposed to be that guy. Yep. He's playing a little. It's really not even like a huge difference, but he was supposed to be that guy, and he's being given the opportunity.
Taking advantage of the opportunity.
Exactly. And let me tell you, man, just to tell you how close we are to regular season for the Phillies. Tomorrow, Phillies play the Pirates at 12:05. 2 days from now, they face the Rays. They get 1 day off, and we're in Citizens Bank Park.
I'm so jealous you're going.
Dude,
I'm so jealous.
I can't wait.
I'm so jealous. I
I
am already like I'm so excited for Friday, but I'm dreading it because I know I'm gonna be at work and not gonna be on my phone, and I'm
that
gonna be sweating. Like, oh my
I'm getting there as
god.
early as can be,
Dude, the
waking up
game's at 3:05, right? 3:05?
3:05.
Dude, you gotta get there when gates open. Dude, get
Oh,
there
yeah.
yeah. You gotta be hammered. Were you
I
there
gotta be able
for,
to watch the game.
were you there for Harper's, first opening
No.
day?
No, I was
Dude,
was not lucky enough for that.
yeah, I was at that one and
Oh, you see, that's better.
yeah, definitely, but it was
That's
yeah,
better.
it was really fun. That was
Yeah, I
that
bet.
I'll never forget that one, so
Yeah, I
this
bet.
could be good
That's
stuff.
huge. That's huge. But yeah, I think that's pretty much gonna wrap it up already. A lot of stuff was going on. Make sure everyone's watching that national championship tonight. It's gonna be a huge, fun one. Check in the DSM media. I know tomorrow Phil Stifle is gonna be talking about it in the morning. I know for sure. Scotty talks NBA. He's got to be talking about it sometime soon too. Pretty sure his shows are at Wednesday at 10 a.m. So make sure you're tuning into that too to get his reactions. Follow at DSM Media. You see our ads right below us right here. And make sure you just keep on tuning in to DSM Media. A lot of stuff coming up. Friday night, Diamond Talk, right after Phillies game, directly when I get home. 9:00 show, we got Diamond Talk. Gonna be a fun one. Make sure you guys tune in every Monday and Friday night. Me and George are live, whether it is Broad Street Bulls or Diamond Talk. You guys
Yep.
can figure out on our Twitter, which you can follow right below. Thank you guys for watching. Thanks you guys so much for the support. But I appreciate it so much. Me and George both appreciate it very much. George, anything to say before we go? Wait, real quick. Our next show will be after the first Phillies game.
Yes. Whenever he gets home, which take your time, man. Enjoy it. And
I will
enjoy
be.
it all. I'll be here. I'll be here.
Yeah. We'll see if we can get someone else on too. Thank you guys very much. Then we're gonna end it off with what? Go Phils today?
Yeah.